Welcome back to Marvelous Dads. I'm Dave Mendonca. Today is She-Hulk Day on the channel. I don't have She-Hulk's mask, so I thought I would just get this guy's mask, and I got the green shirt, all that sort of thing in honor of this great occasion, the She-Hulk series on Disney+. Kevin Feige digs the shirt, probably. All right, so basically this is a video review of episode 1 of the She-Hulk series. I will tell you there are spoilers ahead, so just keep that in mind. All right, so let's do this. Overall, when I saw the episode, basically, it's just setting the table, right? So you get into She-Hulk's origin story. It's a bit different from the comics from what I understand. In the comics, there was a mob hit on Jen Walters, which caused all this stuff with the She-Hulk stuff and whatnot. But in the series, it's actually a car accident. There's like a Sicarian ship that approaches the car that Jen Walters and Bruce Banner were driving in, and that caused the car to tip over and go over railing, that sort of thing. And then Jen Walters tries to rescue Bruce Banner from the car, and Bruce Banner's blood goes on her, and there you go, She-Hulk. So it's a little bit different. I don't mind it at all. I think that works. Overall, the episode I thought was good. It was basically just to get you up to speed on the origin story, get you to know her, I guess, the way that she deals with these new powers and how she's totally against it. And also how she is trained by Bruce Banner on how to be the Hulk, how to be a Hulk, the smart Hulk, doing the Rocky Balboa kind of Karate Kid training montage with her and that sort of thing. So, I didn't have any expectations of this first episode. I thought it did what it needed to do. And what I do appreciate about the episode, it got into the origin story very quickly. We don't need to drag this sucker out. So that was great. Whoever put that together, the writers, the showrunner, director, whoever, they did great. Awesome stuff. The actual episode itself, I thought was entertaining. I thought it was cute. The fight between She-Hulk and the Hulk, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I loved the throwback to the 2008 Incredible Hulk movie. For those of you that don't know, I was actually in that movie as a business extra on camera. So I do have like a personal tie with that film. But it was the moment where Smart Hulk and She-Hulk are battling it out, right? And Smart Hulk does the thunderclap. Classic. And when I saw that it definitely put a big smile on my face. And Marvel's so good at that, with the throwbacks and whatnot. Fantastic. Anyway, I love that battle back and forth between the two. It was interesting with this episode. Some new things evolved or came out. Like, we all know that Bruce Banner has the alter ego Hulk, but we found out in this episode, Jen Walters, she stays Jen Walters, like, inside the consciousness, but yet the outside becomes She-Hulk. And what we also discovered was that she could turn it off and on, that she becomes She-Hulk whenever she wants to be, which she showed in the last scene of the episode when she fights, I think it's Tatiana, I think that's how you pronounce her name. I apologize. Titania, I think. Sorry, Marvel Comics fans and who are really big into this stuff. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so She-Hulk, she revealed her true powers then. But it just seems like she could just switch it on and off, whereas with Bruce Banner, he has to tussle with the Hulk inwardly all the time about who gets the hands on the wheel. So seeing that, the episode covering that, the CGI, I know there was a lot of talk heading into the series that the CGI was suspect. There were all these issues with the VFX companies, the Marvel Studios, totally not setting them up for success. And then the trailers for She-Hulk were kind of unbaked or not baked enough in regards to CGI. But I thought the episode was fine. I thought the way she looks, I think it's definitely come along a long way. I have no issues with it. So from that end, the CGI is fine, not a problem. Jen Walters herself, it's interesting, the character herself, she does the fourth wall thing, right? And we also know that Deadpool does the fourth wall thing. And you know, eventually these guys are gonna knock heads at some point in the MCU because in the series, Jen Walters does have like a sarcastic kind of wit, kind of bite to her, especially when Smart Hulk was training her, and she just didn't want to be there. She's like, you know what? I already know how to do this stuff. I got this mastered way more than you ever did, Bruce, kind of thing. And she had some great one-liners. There was that one scene where they were doing yoga, and what was the line again? Jen Walters was like, you know, yeah, tighten the butt, keep the farts in, namaste, something like that. It's cute writing, it's clever writing. So tip of the cap to the writers there. Eventually, I do see Jen Walters and Deadpool going tit for tat in regards to snarky quips and whatnot. That's definitely going to happen down the end. So I do like how Smart Hulk and Jen Walters, She Hulk, how they coexisted. It was definitely like a brother sisterly kind of thing. So that worked out well. Interesting to find out a little bit more about the Smart Hulk and how he became the Smart Hulk. If you recall in Avengers Endgame, Smart Hulk did tell, I think it was Natasha, Cap, and Scott Lang that it took him like 18 months in the lab kind of thing to put, you know, the brain and the brawn together. So in this episode, we actually see that lab. It ends up being in some underneath like a Mexican tiki bar, and this lab was actually constructed by Tony Stark during the blip. And so that was a little bit poignant when you hear Smart Hulk talk about just that time where they were putting that lab together, and you could tell he was reminiscing about his time with Tony, and obviously Tony's gone now. So that was cool, getting a little bit more information about how Smart Hulk came to be. And I'm really looking forward to some like other content about what happened during the blip. I know Secret Invasion, from what I understand, they're going to talk about the blip and what happened during those 5 years. So anyway, so that uncovered a little something about Smart Hulk, Bruce Banner, in that episode, in episode one of She-Hulk. So that was cool to find that out. And there's all of these Easter eggs in the episode, which are great. And in terms of cameos, there were no cameos. I know there's been a lot of talk about, you know, different superheroes chiming in, and yeah, we do have the villain at the end, but we didn't see any talk of that or any cameos yet. But from what I understand, it's going to be like a cavalcade of cameos throughout the series. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, in terms of some other things that were notable in this episode, there was a lot of attention on Captain America's sex life. Jen Walters was really interested in whether or not America's ass, you know, got some, you know, you know what I mean? So it was a really cool end credit scene or mid credit scene where Jen Walters and Smart Hulk are talking about, you know, Cap's sexual exploits and how apparently, you know, he got the job done in during the 1943 USO tour, and then Jen Walters just screams out Captain America F's. You know, I thought that was cool. So the episode had some cool humor. It was fun. It wasn't mind blowing or anything. It was mainly meant to set the table. So I thought that was a good start to this series, and it really lays down the groundwork for who Jen Walters is, what her life is about, you know, how it's about to change, and also the fact that we're gonna see a superhero actually incorporate, you know, the regular life, their job, you know, into this as well. Like I don't think have we well, we probably have seen that before, but it's gonna be cool seeing Jen Walters as a lawyer being She-Hulk as well, just seeing how that all plays out and whatnot. So that's cool. And some of the lines, I'm just coming to my mind, like some of the lines that were in the movie, sorry, were in the episode, like Smart Hulk when he's doing that, you know, or teaching Jen Walters how to train to be a Hulk. He was talking about how, you know, when you get a house, you got to make sure it's 10-foot ceilings, and your best friend is spandex. All little cute, clever lines that, yeah, it just puts a smile on your face. So at the very least, this episode does put a smile on your face. I love the throwbacks to the first Incredible Hulk, and this brotherly, sisterly kind of relationship between Jen Walters and Bruce Banner, I thought really played well. So overall, I do like the episode. I think it's a strong start. It's a good start. Um, yeah, I'm curious to see where it goes from here. You definitely get the feel of a comedy happening here for sure. There were definitely some comparisons to like Ally McBeal, like a legal comedy kind of thing. I see it, the remnants of it for sure. I'm just curious to see where this goes. The cameos coming up. We've heard it all. We've heard about Daredevil, and Abomination, Wong, and who knows what else. So let's see what unravels. Let's see what happens. So overall, Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige, and the She-Hulk team, well done. It's off to a great start. Looking forward to seeing more. I think it's 9 episodes. So that's plenty, man. That we're going to be good for a little while. So overall, so far good. So far, so good. All right. Listen, if you want to find out more great content or get more great content about Marvel Studios stuff, Marvel's Dads is the place to be. So don't be afraid to share the videos, subscribe to the channel, and all that good stuff. Thank you so much. Until next time, see you later.